really know like how to market myself as a marketer. I know that sounds really controversial, like contradictory,
No,
but
no. Maybe you are, maybe you think it's cheesy.
I guess because like I started, like I came back with the intent.
You know what's funny? Go ahead. That's right.
I came back with the intent to work at a marketing agency to get more experience, because I graduated like 2-3 years ago, and then obviously I was traveling, so I don't have as much experience, and it's really competitive.
You're worried about it being an imposter. You're worried about faking it, and you might be concerned of marketing yourself as a marketer if you don't feel like you're there yet.
Yeah.
Do you believe that? Is that true?
Kind of. I mean,
if it's not, you're not making me feel good. I want to know the answers.
I know that I have a ways to go, but I know that I know what I'm talking about for the things that I do talk about.
So let's go. So what's the problem?
When it comes to things like, for me, I don't know if it's like an insecurity thing or it's an insecurity.
Of course, yes, but that's okay. Like, that's okay. We can hack at that. Like, to me, the bigger thing is that's why I asked you, are you worried about the feedback and the insecurity on the individual level, or is it worried about the, about the mixing of the three? And you went with the mixing of the three, but it's probably just the insecurity of the overall thing.
Sure.
No?
I guess to a degree, like
maybe a mix, maybe like 30% of one and 40% of the other.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's a bit of both. Like I don't know.
Shimon, listen, here's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
None of it matters.
True.
Like, once everybody realize, my favorite thing to do, and I've got a lot going on, and when I'm in my most like laying in bed, like concerned about something, I literally go to a place of like, nobody gives a fuck about me. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. It's actually a weird thing. It's actually go ahead, pour your water. I know you need it. Like, it's
coffee.
Tea, coffee. Shimon, it sounds like an interesting way to go about it, but it's actually a humility thing, not an insecurity thing. Like, like, the answer is that it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm really good at making plans and strategies and whatnot, but I guess like the execution part when it comes to
because you're worried about because you're worried about what happens after you execute. Everyone's great. It's why people love to hide behind perfection.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, Gary, you don't get it. I'm a perfectionist. That's why I don't post. I'm like, you're not a perfectionist. You're scared. You like talking big game, but you don't like for it to be out there, because then it's actually getting judged. You're not comfortable with judgment, is what I say to, I'm going kind of macro here, not necessarily what's here. I think for me, what I'm trying to figure out, especially as I throw things out, you're like, nah, which is amazing. What I'm trying to figure out is how to get you to understand that forget about me, forget about you. Like, the only way it actually works out is by doing. Like, all the answers that you're trying to figure out within your own head in these 13 minutes, they're all irrelevant at some level until you start to get to the process of doing. Only doing gets you to the answer.
Yeah. I know that. I guess, I don't know, I guess it's more so like, in addition with this, like the executing of these plans, like I'm very indecisive. Like, so before
that's the same thing though. You know that, right? It's all the same. Shimon, it's all this. You're indecisive. You're like, it's all the same game. It's all to not let you do the fucking thing. Shimon, literally the first 25 posts I put out about business, 85% of the comments were "Stay in your lane, wine boy."
Oh.
Literally me, where I'm at. Stay in your lane, wine boy. Why you're selling out, Gary? Why are you talking about business? You're a wine guy. Like, don't talk about shit you don't know. Wine. You can't live for feedback.
I've been doing it for 2 years now, and it seems like my listenership has stayed the same. So
do you enjoy doing it?
I do.
Is it an escape? So look at it as a hobby instead of the thing that's going to change your business life. You're doing it for you. It's no different than you playing video games, you listening to music. Like, people need to blow off steam. I literally buy and sell sports cards to blow off steam.
Okay.
Like I think you're doing it to, instead of watching a Netflix series, you're doing it for happiness. You need it to balance all the other chaos. It doesn't have to become fucking the Joe Rogan show. It's there for Cameron to be happy.
Okay, that I haven't really looked at it that way. It seems, yeah. I think.
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. That's the whole point of this fucking show. This whole game of life is about fucking perspective of the way we look at things. Think about that. I've looked at it. All of a sudden, when you say to your wife, and she's like, you're like, honey, I need this. The way you watch this TV show or listen to that podcast, it's therapeutic for you. It's fantastic. And by the way, I was as happy when I had 9 people watching Wine Library TV. Me and that little crew were fucking family. It brought me as much joy as I have now with millions. I'm being dead fucking serious. That's not me being humble. I'm being dead fucking serious.
I've never looked at it that way. So thank you for that. The only problem that I run into is I think I've kind of looked at it, and I've tried to kind of market it as an escape for other people. And good. When that happens, and yeah, I agree. The only problem is I kind of, like a lot of people have been on your show said, I get in my head because I want it to be perfect, because I want the person's like drive to work that morning to be about that story.
Cameron, you're not in charge of that.
Okay.
Watch this, Cameron. I don't know what platform you're watching, but I'm going to watch the comments. Everybody in the comments right now, all the platforms, Twitch, big shout out to Twitch. I love what's going on there. I need some share community in there. How many people here, the first time they saw my content, thought I was a piece of shit, bad guy, one of those scummy guys? Cam, how did you first see me? Was it good, or was it like, oh, this guy's probably got some angle? Tell the truth, it's okay.
I'll be honest with you, I've never seen anybody do the content that you were doing at that time. And I was like, this guy is next level, because you kept it real, and that's what I try to do in my day-to-day life.
I apologize, Cam. Like a lot of people being very sweet, not me, and I appreciate that. But some people, yeah, buddy, like, scummy guy, Dustin, big shout out for you for saying, like, why I brought that up is I'm not in control of how they saw me. Got it? There is no perfect. There's only Cameron.
Okay.
Got it? I would argue the more you think about it, the more likely it won't land.
Well, because it's not. I'm too afraid. Honestly, I'm too afraid to post content.
Yeah, because you're insecure about the feedback.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I'll sit here and record, and then I just stop because I'm like, no one's going to listen to this.
Cameron, one person listening to it and liking it is worth it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So because I know a lot of people like to see.
Big shout out to everybody with the Love First Sight crew. # Love at First Sight. I love you fuckers. Thank you for that. I'm flattered. Go ahead, brother.
So how could I share more of this content to Instagram? Because I would like to. I haven't figured out a way, because I see all the other podcasters, and a lot of them that I follow are just kind of having a conversation. And again, it kind of gets into my head where it's like, no one wants to see me just sitting there reading. But is that the kind of stuff I should be posting?
First of all, brother, you're doing it for yourself. Bro, if you had one super fan, you're good.
Okay.
Being dead serious, bro.
So let me ask you this, because I think, honestly, I feel like it's added more pressure to me, because I was talking to my wife, because we were both freaking out about being on this show. So thank you again for putting me on here.
Happy to have you.
I have a Patreon that I started about a year ago. Should I just close that down? Because it almost feels like that weighs on me more.
Yes.
But what about the people? Because I've had a solid 7 or so people support me through this entire year of being on the Patreon. What if I close it? I mean, are they gonna hate me?
No, you put them into a Zoom group and you hang out with them and have a beer or coffee or a glass of wine once a week and just shoot the shit and become a family.
Okay.
They're going to love you more. And you're going to make some friends. And you're going to love them more.
And it'll come full circle, and I'll actually enjoy it instead of panic when I'm doing it. Okay, that's what I'll do then. I'll do it today.
Hobbies are amazing.
What if, for something like this, because I enjoy it as a hobby and I enjoy the feedback. So do you think that if I turn the Patreon off and I just start posting stuff, it'll all just come together?
Hold on one second. Hey, Dustin, looks like Facebook froze. I see the comments. I don't know what's going on there. What's that, brother?
So should I just start posting and don't worry about anything?
Of course. Nobody's watching you anyway.
Okay. Is it okay just to stay where I'm at? Just keep doing what I'm doing? Because you look at Instagram, you look at other people, and I'm like, I don't want my Instagram to look like crap because I still want this podcast to look nice. You know what I mean?
Yes, but don't forget that nice is in the eye of the beholder.
Okay. Okay. Is that how you did your first? Yep. I do. Is that how you did with your podcast?
Bro, did you see the early episodes of Wine Library TV? It was like, it looked like a fucking hostage situation.
Okay, so just have fun with it, and then it'll take the pressure off of it.
Take the 7 people that are paying you out, make a Zoom private group that you meet once a week. That's what you're giving them. You're not even charging them. They're gonna become your friends. You're gonna be set. You know what's amazing? It's a winnable game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people resign to the fact of like, well, my grandma was like this, my mom was like this, I'm like this. Like they just kind of resign to it.
With the anxiety, you mean?
Yeah, just like forget about exact, yes, I know you brought up that fact, but I'm just talking in the macro. Like when you sit here and you're like, you're right, and everyone's sitting and thinking about themselves and saying you're right, and I think about the things that I was scared of, whether it was swimming or riding a bike, or it was fear of those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know it, but it's back to swimming and riding a bike or kissing a boy or girl. All of it's so scary until you do it, and then you spend all your time saying to yourself, the fuck was I scared of?
So, like,
that's why you love creating for others, because you're good at it, but you don't get the feedback that company does, and you're behind the scenes.
That's exactly it.
I'm aware that's it.
And they usually only give me the good feedback.
By the way, there's nothing wrong being that kind of operator in business too. What I don't want is for you to go that route and never address what makes you anxious or concerned about other people's opinions. I often talk about a lot of about like, don't take positive feedback too heavy, because then negative feedback gets you, right? Mm-hmm. You've been on, I'm reading the comments, like lots of like, she's so beautiful, she's so beautiful, she's so beautiful. Like, one of the things I talk about a lot is like, one thing that you may want to think about, Shimon, and this is like the first time I've say it a lot, but I don't talk about it. I haven't had the opportunity on T to really talk to somebody about it. One of the things for you to really think about is not get too high when people give you compliments.
Yeah.
It's really worked for me, Shimon. It's really worked for me. Like, it's unbelievable to me how it goes through my chemicals when people are like, you're the GOAT, you're the greatest, you change people lives, you walk on water. It doesn't get me too high. It really doesn't. Which then protects me when people are like, you're the worst, stays in a pocket.
Okay.
Of course, there's, that might be something to think about. That might be something to think about when somebody comes at you like, you're so beautiful, or you're great at work, or you're amazing, or this was the best trip I've ever been on. You appreciate it, but you don't think you're somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Which then ironically helps you when somebody says you're shit, this was the worst carnival, or I didn't like this video, or that post is stupid, or why are you mixing dumb shit, or your page looks weird, it's not, or I don't like the way your Instagram looks because it's all over the place. Like all of a sudden, you appreciate the feedback, you understand, you listen, you respect it, but you don't think you suck. You think one person has an opinion that this isn't great.